How do you deal with heartbreak? Heartbreak will be one of the deepest pains you feel in life. Your soul will feel like someone stabbed it with a dagger. It's a dulling, sharp, constant pain for a long time. That's heartbreak. Heartbreak will come through a relationship, through a lover, or through a tragedy with a loved one, your child, your relative, etc. As I speak on this subject, the first thing that comes to mind is I had a neighbor one time when I had my house. And for those that know, I live currently in my car. But when I had a house, I lived in a community, in a gated complex. And I would walk around that complex. I would talk to different people about their lives. And, that's how I've been able to acquire to a level of wisdom and experiences. I would always be inquisitive. And I got that word. I would always be curious. I've used a big word. I would always be curious, and I would ask people about their life. And, one question I would often ask, well, what's the hardest thing you've had to deal with in life? Because as I was younger, I was trying to figure out what's ahead. What do I have to dodge and weave, right? So I remember asking this one older guy who's a good guy too, and I didn't get to say goodbye to him when I moved out of my community, but we were talking, we were walking. At that time I had my dog. We were both walking our dogs, and he said, "Sam, one of the hardest things I had to deal with in life was we had a child born with a severe disability, and it was very heartbreaking." Because you have a child for 9 months, you get ready, you build up your expectation, all your dreams, all your hopes, your future, you see it. And then, 9 months later, you have a child, and as it develops, it has a disability. And he goes, "Sam, it just was totally, it was totally numbing. It took everything out of me. Not that I was upset. I was thankful for, having a child alive, et cetera, et cetera." I'm paraphrasing. But he goes, it just, all my dreams, everything that I thought my life would be, it totally went into, flames, or just totally evaporated, however you want to, say it. And he goes, it was so hard to deal with. And I asked him, I said, "Oh shit." I said, "What can I learn from it?" I said, "Well, what would you do to cope with it?" He goes, "Sam, you just put one foot in front of the other. That's all you can do. You take it day by day." And throughout my life, experiencing heartbreak with a lover, experiencing growing apart through friends, getting rejected, losing someone close to me, I reflect on that. How do you deal with heartbreak? How do you deal with this numbing, dull pain in your soul? I wish I had like this magical answer, but everybody who sells you a magical answer, I think, is just deceiving you. You will come to realize there is no magical answer. The way you deal with heartbreak is one foot in front of the other, one day at a time, and it's going to hurt for a while. And there will always be evidence of a scar, but you have to push forward. The alternative is to just drown in sorrow. And that's not the answer. I mean, those are your choices. And for some people, they do drown in that sorrow. They do drown in self-medication. And so for some people, they will. For many people, they will. I mean, obviously, if I'm having a real conversation with you, I know plenty of people, they drown in self-medication. They drown in sorrow. And many will choose that path. You will be seduced into choosing that path. You have to make a decision every day of your life, because sometimes I'm thinking I'm over something and I get a flashback of some horrible shit I went through, and I say, man, and it wants to suck you back in. And then you get just a little jab right back in that same scar, and it brings up all that past hurt, and you go right back to that place. And you have to decide how you want to live your life. Because only you can decide that. Only you. Nobody else in YouTube universe, Nobody else in your condo complex. Nobody else in your RV park. Nobody else in your car. Just you. You have to decide every day how you're going to live and what your mindset is and where your soul is at. And when you get beat up, it hurts. I've cried. I've felt all my self-confidence go. I've been in the same place you are when you experience heartbreak. I want you to know, above all else in this message, you are not alone. I've had my heart broken, and I remember crying on my bed, "God, why me? I tried to do everything right." I remember losing people I love, and you feel like you're never going to see them again, so permanent. I have been there. Everyone in this world has been there. You're not alone. You're not alone. That pain of heartbreak is going to be with you for a while, but you have to decide. Either you drown in sorrow or you put one foot in front of the other and you push forward. You encourage yourself, put on your music, walk, and keep going forward. That's the answer. Stay inspired.